Needed wrapping paper yet? Send me your card details. Dad said you're paying for our Christmas trip. No greeting, just a simple request. For a moment, I thought it was a joke. My sister always had that tone, half order, half assumption. When we were kids, she'd take my sweater and say, "You weren't using it." Same behavior, just bigger now. I typed back before I could think too much. "That's not happening." The 3 dots showed up right away, then disappeared, then showed again. "Why are you acting strange about this?" she wrote. "Dad already checked flights." I didn't reply. I paid for my groceries and sat in my car longer than needed. It wasn't about the trip. It wasn't about how it was said. Dad said, "You're paying," as if a family decision had been made somewhere without me there. Growing up, my role had been quietly set. I was the organized one, the scholarship kid, the saver. My sister was carefree, charming, always just a little in need of help. If she overdrew her account in college, I sent money. If she missed a bill, I paid it. Just this once, every just this once had built into something bigger. The next morning, my phone buzzed before I got out of bed. "Don't be dramatic," Mom wrote. "I already booked everything on your card." I sat up. The message was followed by a screenshot of flight confirmations, hotel bookings, 4 tickets, total $412. My card number was partly visible at the bottom. There's a certain kind of anger that doesn't explode. It sits heavy, quiet. I hadn't sent my card details, which meant they already had them saved somewhere, probably on the shared family airline account I had used years ago to book Dad's retirement trip. Trust turned into access. I called Mom. "You can't just do that," I said. "We're your family," she replied. "It's Christmas. Why are you making money the problem?" "Because you did." I didn't say that out loud. Dad took the phone for a moment. "It's easier this way. You can afford it. We'll figure it out later." Later had never come before. I hung up without raising my voice. That seemed to confuse them more than yelling would have. For an hour, I walked around my apartment. If I disputed the charge, the flights would be canceled, the hotel gone, Christmas plans ruined. My sister would call me selfish. My parents would say I ruined something that was already done. If I did nothing, the pressure would stay. I opened my laptop and logged into my credit card account. The charges were pending. I called the number on the back of the card. The representative's voice was calm, practiced. "Can you confirm whether you approved these transactions?" "No," I said. There was a pause as she typed. "We'll freeze the card immediately and start an investigation. The pending charges will be reversed while we review." Freeze the card. The phrase felt final. Within minutes, confirmation emails started coming. Fraud claim filed, card deactivated, new card issued. An hour later, my sister called. "What did you do?" she demanded. "The charges weren't approved. They just emailed me saying the payment failed. The flights are gone." I heard the panic under her anger. "I told you I wasn't paying. You didn't have to cancel everything." "I didn't cancel anything. I said the bank did." There was silence. Not the dramatic kind, the thinking kind. Mom called next, her voice tight. "This is embarrassing. The hotel just contacted me." I pictured her reading the email, realizing an outside company now had a record of the transaction as unauthorized. Authority had entered the situation. "They asked whether the cardholder approved the booking," she said carefully, and I said, "You must have made a mistake." I didn't. Another silence. For the first time in my life, the conversation wasn't about my tone or my kindness. It was about proof. Over the next few days, there were attempts to convince me, offers to pay me back in parts, suggestions that I was hurting family peace over a small issue. I repeated the same line each time. "You can book the trip on your own card." Eventually, a shorter trip, fewer days, a different hotel. No one invited me. Christmas morning, I stayed home. I sent gifts to my niece and nephew. I cooked a small dinner for myself and watched the snow collect on the balcony railing. It wasn't satisfying. It wasn't heartbreaking either. It was quiet. Weeks later, Mom mentioned the trip casually. "It ended up costing more than we expected," she said quietly. I didn't reply. Something small had changed. Not love, not assumption. A month later, my sister texted again. This time, "Do you know a good travel rewards card? Trying to build my credit." I looked at the message. No apology, just moving on. I sent her a link to a comparison site. No comment. We still talk. Birthdays, occasional dinners. The rivalry hasn't gone away. It's just less financially easy. Sometimes I wonder if I should have handled it differently, if I could have explained better, softened it. But then I remember the screenshot, the partial card number, the words, "Don't be dramatic." Boundaries always look dramatic to people who benefited from you not having them. I didn't win anything. I just stopped paying for it.